Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today is 8th of August 2018, but today we will discuss the important editorials of Indian Express from both 7th of August as well as 8th of August 2018. So before I start, I want to request you, if you are new to my channel, then please go and subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon so that whenever I upload a new video you will get the notification. The next article, it talks about the universities. So basically this article was about GNU specifically, that is Jawaharlal Nehru University, and the author is basically the faculty of GNU, and he is saying that our university is definitely very good, and in fact Ministry of Human Resource and Development has ranked GNU as the second best university after IISc Bangalore. But still, when this issue of eminent universities, we have already discussed this article about the institutions of eminence. So basically author says that we are the second best universities, but still our name was not in this institution of eminence list. So that was a disheartening fact for them, but we don't have to look at GNU specifically. So what were the points which we can extract for the overall perspective? For the overall perspective of the universities, we'll take those points only. Okay, so let's start. So first of all, it starts with the fact again. So what is the fact? ASSOCHAM, that is Associated Chamber of Commerce, it has recently put out an estimate कि जो Indian nationals हैं वो बाहर की universities के ऊपर, foreign universities के ऊपर कितना पैसा खर्च कर रहे हैं. So how much money are they paying in the foreign universities? And this actually amounted to, that is the annual outflow of foreign exchange, this amounted to 95,000 crores. That means Indians are paying around 95,000 crores to foreign countries because their students, they are not studying in India, they are going foreign to study. And the author says that a decade ago, a similar estimate, it put the figure at less than 20,000 crore. So can you see the difference? In 10 years, this 20,000 crore annual outflow, it has increased to 95,000 crore. So that's a huge amount. That means now students are not interested in studying in India. But what are the reasons why students are not interested in studying in India? So the author says that there are at least 4 reasons for this sharp increase in the foreign outflow, foreign exchange outflow. So what are it? First of all, even the toppers who have over 90% marks, they are not getting admissions in good colleges in India. So even you have over 90% marks, you will not get admission in the IITs. You have to crack JEE also with over 95% marks, then you will get admission in the IITs or NITs. Okay, so even toppers with 90% marks, they are not getting admission in good colleges. So what the undergraduates think, it's better to go out. Okay, it's better to go in a foreign country, and they also think that these foreign countries, they are superior than the Indian universities. So this imported stuff, this thinking that these Western universities, they are superior to Indian universities, that is also one of the reason that Indians are going out for study. And the third reason is that the increasing number of students, they may be pursuing lines of study which is not offered in India. So basically those courses which they want to study, they are not being offered in India, so that's why they are going out. This is the third reason. Okay, this may be a secondary reason, but the main reason is that they are not getting good colleges. And we have this in mind that Western universities, they are superior than the Indian universities. And another secondary reason is that an increasing number of Indians, they have the money and they are willing to spend on their child's education abroad. So they think that, see, if we have money, then we should have good education for our children. So they're ready and they're willing to spend on their child's education, and if they want to study abroad, then they don't have any problem. They don't see any problem, because again this notion, again this fact is in their minds that Western universities are always superior to Indian universities. And this last factor, it has also contributed, many of the Indian universities, many of the Indian private universities, they are affiliating themselves with these foreign universities. Why? Because they think when they will affiliate with these foreign universities, children will come to their institution, because again they have this notion in mind that foreign universities are better than Indian universities. So that's why, to prove that our university is good, these private universities, they're affiliating themselves with foreign universities rather than some Indian regulator affiliation. So the author says these trends shows that our social values, they are changing. Okay, but we cannot deny the fact that India actually have systematically contributed to the denigration of our own public universities. We have ourselves denigrated, we have ourselves insulted our own public universities. And this author is saying from a personal experience that JNU's administrative leadership, they also harass, humiliate and demoralize the faculty, and the author says that if this continues to happen, then this will drive out the best of faculty. So even faculty will not be interested in teaching in such institutions, in the public institutions. We also read an earlier article where it was said that faculty is also less in these institutions, and there are many applications for faculty positions, but again the quality of the faculty, that is very important, and there are very few who are quality teachers, who are quality professors, and that's why many of the positions in these universities, they remain vacant. And now we are getting the point that we are ourselves denigrating our public universities, the management is denigrating the faculties, so that stops them from joining these institutions as the faculty. Okay, so these are the points we can use in essays or answers. Okay, so remember the points and try to remember previous points also, and try to link the points. Okay, the author says that, see, every university has its problem, and problems they range from this lack of amenities. Suppose infrastructure अच्छा नहीं है, proper provisions नहीं है, water supply अच्छा नहीं है. These issues, they range from lack of amenities, plagiarism, poor quality research, which is the case in India, of course. Most of the research work, that's copy and paste. Sexual harassment is a problem in the universities. Guilty moonlighting and faulty and biased recruitment processes are also not good. So see, every university has its problems, and problems range from lack of amenities to biased recruitment, right? So there are many problems, but there is a larger problem, and that is of promoting excellence and ensuring good administration. Okay, so administration needs to be good, management needs to be good, and to promote excellence, they should actually encourage the faculty, not harass or humiliate them. Okay, and the author says if this is the state of the central universities, तो हम state universities से तो मतलब क्या ही expect करें. They are even more worse off than the central universities, and this is happening because of the political intervention, because of the bureaucratic interference. Okay, this ideological intolerance among the political class also, they are influencing the students, they are putting them into politics. So the universities, they should be grounds for academics only, they should not be ground for bad politics. Okay, that should be ground for good politics. Of course, there should be good debates and discussions about what the government is doing, what are the policies, how they can be improved. Of course, there should be a debate on that, but again, there should not be ideological intolerance, and there should not be actually any ideological affiliation among the students. Okay, उनके दिमाग में ये नहीं होना चाहिए कि ये पार्टी अच्छी है, वो पार्टी अच्छी है. उनको एज अ होल गवर्नमेंट को ठीक है क्रिटिसाइज आप कर रहे हो, उनकी पॉलिसीज के बारे में आप डिस्कशन कर रहे हो, दैट इज गुड पॉलिटिक्स. लेकिन अगर आप बैड पॉलिटिक्स कर रहे हो इंस्टीट्यूशन में, ओके, यू आर हैविंग आइडियोलॉजिकल एफिलिएशन विद सम पॉलिटिकल पार्टी, देन दैट इज रॉन्ग, दैट शुड नॉट हैपन. एंड फॉर दैट टू हैपन, पॉलिटिकल इंटरफेरेंस दैट शुड डिक्रीज, bureaucratic interference, in fact, that should also decrease. So bureaucratic interference, that is mostly when we recruit the professors. Okay, faculty recruitment. So bureaucrats interfere on that, nepotism. उनके जो favorites होते हैं उनको आप जो है वो जॉब दिलवा रहे हो, तो उनकी जो इंटरफेरेंस है वो भी कम होनी चाहिए, ताकि जो फैकल्टी आए दे शुड बी ऑफ गुड क्वालिटी. प्लस पॉलिटिकल क्लास का इंटरफेरेंस क्यों नहीं होना चाहिए, बिकॉज जो बच्चे हैं उनको सी गुड पॉलिटिक्स करनी है, बैड पॉलिटिक्स नहीं करनी है. एंड व्हाट इज गुड पॉलिटिक्स, कि आप ओवरऑल गवर्नमेंट की पॉलिसीज के ऊपर ध्यान दो, उनके ऊपर डिबेट्स और डिस्कशंस करो, उनमें क्या लैक्यूने हैं, क्या अच्छा किया जा सकता है, उसके ऊपर डिबेट करो. ठीक है, न्यूज़पेपर्स में पब्लिश करवाओ, नॉट दैट you are having an ideological affiliation with some political party and you are favoring that in, you are rallying and all that, you're not studying. So that is bad politics, that should be away from the universities. So I hope I've explained it thoroughly. One of the other problem, that is of credibility and mediocrity. Okay, so credibility of the management, okay, जो भी manage कर रहे हो उस institution को, credibility of the people who are sitting at the higher level. So whether be it the Minister of Education or whether be at the management level of the college or the university, so they are not credible enough and they are of mediocre level. Okay, they are not of high and distinguished professors nahi hai. So the author says that I don't recall the last time when Union government had a Minister of Education who commanded respect of academic community as a whole. So there had not been leaders who have wide respect in the academy. So there is a lack of credibility and the mediocrity, that is also again an issue. So if we want that the image of public universities they should be good, then first of all we should also have that image of that university, and we should ensure that the management is credible. We should ensure the people who are sitting at the highest levels, they should be credible, they should be distinguished in their fields, they should be respected, they should command the respect of the academic community as a whole, and then only we can solve this problem of the public universities. So the author concludes by saying that let us not destroy what we have built in the name of ideology. Public universities, they are the lifeblood of the modern democracies, because good debates around the policies of the government they happen in these public universities. So it's very important for the modern democracies to have public universities, but these problems, these issues must be solved before we can enhance the quality of these public universities. So the next article it talks about the national commissions. So we don't have to look it into the history of this. Please, I will upload the PPT. Read it from that कि कैसे कैसे आया, मतलब कैसे कैसे commissions जो हैं वो publish हुए हैं. Yeah, I'll just cut short it. Okay, let's start. So basically these national commissions, the idea it came in the January 1978 with the establishment of a central minorities commission, and which was followed by a joint scheduled caste and scheduled tribe commission. We know that earlier scheduled caste and scheduled tribe commission was a joint commission, and then it was separated. So in 2003 this ST commission, SC and ST commission, that was split into two bodies, and both of them enjoyed the constitutional status. And apart from that, there was this National Minorities Commission. It was placed under Act of Parliament. That means it is a statutory body. And again, National Commission for Women. We also have an article talking about the National Commission for Women. It's not doing its role. Okay, it suggested that you should do away with the practice of confession in the Christian religion, because that is the reason that children and women they become vulnerable to these priests because they confess the secrets. So you should do away with this practice. But the problem was not the practice of confession. The problem was with the priest. The problem was with the religious leader. So rather than pointing and rather than encouraging the women to speak against such leaders, they are actually saying the practice is wrong. So this is what is happening in all the national commissions, and the author is saying that these bodies, these national commissions, the purpose of their formation was that they had to be watchdogs to oversee the implementation of human rights and civil liberties. But now what is happening is these supposedly autonomous national bodies, why supposedly, because there has been the intervention, there has been the influence of the political parties, the political class, so we can say supposedly autonomous. Okay, so these bodies, they are not doing their work. Okay, they are not implementing the human rights, they are not ensuring the civil liberties, and in fact the author is saying that from their formation, okay, they have not done anything good, and the situation of citizens human rights and civil liberties, they have been in fact moving from bad to worst. So the author called these as the white elephants, and these white elephants, they are putting a huge amount of debt on the government. So it's a drain on the state exchequer and ultimately unwarranted burden on the taxpayers. So the author has not given any suggestion as to how we can solve this problem. This is basically, he's saying that these are the white elephants, they are just burden on the taxpayers and the state exchequer. Okay, public money के ऊपर बस चल रहे हैं but कुछ काम नहीं कर रहे हैं. Human rights are not being seen, civil liberties are not ensured. In fact, they're giving some vague advice. Like I told you, in the case of National Commission for Women, it said that the practice of confession is wrong. Instead of saying that the women, they should come out in open and they should talk about the religious leaders who have harassed them, they're saying them that it is your mistake that you are going and confessing in front of the priest, and that makes you vulnerable. So it's not expected from National Commission of Women. Okay, it's not expected from the head of National Commission for Women, whose mandate is to say, is to save the women. It is to strengthen their voice against the violence and the harassment. So it's not expected from them, and that is the case with all of these commissions, like the Minorities Commission or SC/ST Commission, whatever you talk about. So the problem is very grave. So the author has not advised anything as to how this problem can be solved, but again we can give the point of institutional reforms. Okay, we have to reform our institutions, maybe do away with these national commissions, or maybe reform the management of these national commissions, of how they are constituted, or the process, and how they can be actually autonomous in their sense, not supposedly autonomous, how the influence of the political class or the bureaucratic class can be decreased. So these are some of the things that we can write in our conclusion, that we should go for the institutional reforms, the management reforms, etc. Okay, so the last article, it was regarding our Prime Minister's speech, but again we need not go into that speech. I have just took some points about what were the ideas, what were the thoughts of Mahatma Gandhi. It is said that Gandhi was not against capitalists. So we all have this notion that Gandhi was against capitalists, but no. Here the author is saying that Gandhi was not against the capitalists. So he was actually against the capitalism and not the capitalists. Then the author says, what is the difference? Okay, you are saying that you are not against capitalist, but you are against capitalism. So what's the difference? So the author says that once this question was asked to Mahatma Gandhi, and he replied that everything which is there, it belongs to God, and it was from God, and therefore it was for his people as a whole and not a particular individual. यानी कि जो पैसा है वो किसी एक बंदे के पास concentrate नहीं होना चाहिए. There should not be concentration of the wealth. Okay, and every resource belongs to everyone. And he said that when an individual had more than his proportionate portion, okay, that means the capitalist, then he actually become a trustee of that portion for God's people, that means for the public. So what are the thoughts of Gandhi ji, that जब एक कोई इंडिविजुअल है उसके पास ज्यादा पैसा आ गया, ठीक है, कैपिटलिस्ट है और उसके पास ज्यादा पैसा आ गया है, तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि वो सारा पैसा उसका है. इसका मतलब ये है कि गॉड ने उसको ट्रस्टी बनाया है कि आप अपना शेयर रख के बाकी का जो है वो लोगों में बांट दो. ओके, ही हैज बिकम अ ट्रस्टी ऑफ दैट पोर्शन फॉर द public. And Gandhiji say that we all are born equal, okay, and we all should have equal opportunities. So he endorsed this idea of equality of opportunity, and he said that we all are born equal and we all have the same capacity, and every resource belong to the public, and these capitalists, they are only the trustees for handling the money of the public. And he also said that they should take their own part and give away the rest. Like say, take 1% of the commission. Okay, take 1% for yourself and give the rest to the public. So that was the idea of Mahatma Gandhi. So this was it for today, guys. I hope you liked the lecture, and if you do, then please do subscribe to my channel. And thank you for listening. Have a good day.